What's up, Internet Basketball Junkies? In today's video, we look at a press break strategy using a two-up alignment. This video is brought to you by Fast Model Sports. It's how I draw up the diagrams you're viewing right now and what I've used to diagram up plays for the last 12 years. So into the two-up press breaker, I've used this my entire coaching career and it's served us very well. We go into this anytime we see hard pressure. I define hard pressure as our opponent playing a man over the inbounder or denying the entry pass inbounds. If we see either of those two things, we are automatically getting into this press breaker. We might use this against other defensive press strategies, but it wasn't an automatic unless we saw one or both of those two things. This press breaker functions well against hard or soft pressure, as well as man-to-man pressure. We will cover those concepts a little bit later, but for now we will look at the basic entries and how it functions against hard pressure. The 1 and the 2 start lined up at the elbows. If we are seeing man pressure, they can cross screen for each other to help each other get open. If it's zone pressure, they can just pop out to catch the entry, as cross screening a zone won't do anything to contribute towards us getting open. If we enter the ball to the 1 or the 2, the cutting sequence is the same by the other players. On the entry pass to 1 or 2, we cut to form a 2-1-2 alignment. So the inbounder steps inbounds to be available to reverse the ball to, and the guard that did not receive the entry pass cuts to the middle. This forms the 2-1-2. With the entry pass receiving guard and the inbounder as the 2, the middle cutter as the 1, and the 2 forwards at half court being the final 2 players in the 2-1-2 alignment. At this point, we want to catch and look up the court to see what might be there for us based off of spacing. From this position, we can advance the ball up the court with the pass if we have something, explore the edge with the dribble, or reverse the ball to our inbounder. On the reversal pass to the inbounder, again, we would be doing some cutting into the pressure. We called this a windshield wiper technique, meaning the cutters followed the pass across the court to the inbounder. So on the reversal pass, the player in the middle cuts to the sideline, and the player at half court opposite the ball cuts to the middle. The forward who is at half court on the side of the court where the inbounder is catching the ball will be pinched off by the sideline cutter and should go deep to be a finisher at the basket. A key thing to note here is that the inbounder should always stay behind the ball, even as it advances up the court, so we always have a pass backward if we are in trouble. The tendency is to be in a hurry and advance up the court, but if the ball handler gets in trouble, he needs somewhere to go. This is a basic sequence to attack. With only 10 seconds allowed in the backcourt, you can only reverse the ball and roll the press back so many times before you're up against a violation. So with the guard entry options covered, now let's look at the sideline flash entries. They function the same way in sequence. We really like the strong side sideline entry against diamond pressure. We could flash up the sideline from behind the zone to avoid the initial trap and then flood cutters into the middle. Again, on the entry pass to the sideline, we have the same objective, cut to form a 2-1-2 alignment. The 2-1-2 alignment is great spacing to attack pressure because it's hard for the defense to guard 2 players with 1 defender. On the sideline entry, the inbounder steps in as the reversal man, so the ball and the inbounder form the 2 of the 2-1-2. The strong side guard makes a cut to the strong side sideline near half court, and the weak side guard makes a cut to the middle. So the weak side guard fills the 1 spot of the 2-1-2, and the strong side guard and the weak side guard fill the final 2 spots of the 2-1-2. I'll make these diagrams available in my Selfie store for free. Click the link in the description to go to my store, grab those diagrams, and look around to see if there's anything else that may be of interest to you. I'm sure hearing me talk about it and watching live play, the concept may seem complicated, but I can assure you it really isn't. All that it is rules to follow to create cutting and spacing to attack pressure. The only thing challenging about the concept is how the rules of how to cut and move change for each player depending on which entry you use, but once your players get the hang of it, it will become automatic. There may be some growing pains and confusion early on in the installation of the concept, but I've put this in with 10 different teams and they all were able to execute it at a high level after a few weeks of practice. Just start slow, working 5-on-0 through the cuts, and once everyone has the basic cutting down, then add defense. After they can execute the cutting with defense, then overload the defense with extra bodies and have them break the press versus 6, 7, 8 players in different alignments out of zone or man. After that, it's just refining the little details of attacking and decision making. I would like to thank our sponsor, Fast Model Sports. the #1 coaching tools in basketball. Fast Draw play diagramming, Fast Scout scouting report software can take your coaching and game planning to the next level. Create and download over 9,500 plays to share with your coaches and players with Fast Draw. Need help building scouting reports? Use Fast Scout to build custom scouting templates to best prepare for your upcoming opponents. Over 10,000 high school and youth coaches trust Fast Model Sports technology to help their team reach their goals. New subscribers get 15% off using the discount code located in the description. And also, there's a few things I need from you. Give this video a like. Make sure to hit the bell to get notifications. Check and double check to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And also click the link in the description to my Sellfy store. I have detailed basketball coaching content for sale, including a strength and conditioning guide for high school coaches, a detailed guide to running a 1-2-1-1 diamond press, a guide on the circle motion offense, a detailed guide on running a 1-3-1 half-court trap, a guide to the European ball screen offense, a half-court deny and disrupt man-to-man defensive system, and much, much more. Check out my Sellfy store. The link is in the description. So we've broken down how the press functions against hard zone pressure. Now let's take a look at how it works against man-to-man. It's much less complicated. Versus man-to-man, we want to use our cross screening to help us get open. We wanted the two players coming together to help each other get open. They could full screen, rub, or fake screen, but we wanted this action to help us get the ball inbounded. The players at half court are safety blankets if we can't get the ball inbounds. They are to read the play, and if we can't get it in, then they're free to flash up the sideline. Against man, all we want to do is inbound the ball, then get it to our best ball handler's hands, and then make a slow clear out. If the defense decides to run and jump, we need to have awareness to flash back to the ball. We can't leave the ball handler stranded to face two defenders by himself. So instead of sprinting up the court to position, we want to slow jog while watching the ball handler, being ready to cut to the defensive traps and rotates. There's not a specific cutting sequence against the run and jump because the spacing isn't predictable, but trying to form a 2-1-2 on the fly in some capacity is a great strategy. This concept also works against softer three-quarter court zone presses like a 2-2-1, 1-2-2, or a 2-1-2. The concept stays the same. Enter the ball, form the 2-1-2 alignment, and explore through spacing. Against these softer presses, the reversal pass can be made to roll the press back multiple times before attacking up the court. The reversal pass is great because it causes the zone to shift, which presents opportunities to attack up the court with the pass or the dribble while the defense is shifting from side to side. On the reversal pass, we wanted the pass receiver to read up the court to advance the ball, and if no opportunities are present, test the edge with the dribble. He can't stand there with the ball over his head. He needs to engage the defense. Remember, we always have the reversal pass if we get into trouble against soft presses. Alright, Internet Basketball Junkies, as we wrap up this video before the last segment, there's a few things I need from you. 1, give this video a like. 2, make sure to hit the bell to get notifications on future videos. 3, check and double check to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And 4, click the link in the description to my Sellfy store. I have detailed basketball coaching content for sale, including a strength and conditioning guide for high school coaches, a detailed guide to running a 1-2-1-1 diamond press, a guide on the circle motion offense, a detailed guide on running a 1-3-1 half-court trap, a guide to the European ball screen offense, a half-court deny and disrupt man-to-man defensive system, and much, much more. Also, I've accumulated everything, just about every resource I have, into a product which I call My Portfolio, which is not only what I would present to an interview committee to interview for a high school basketball coaching job, but also every supporting document we use to run our program. This includes outlines for how to run fundraisers, templates for practice plans, guides to our offensive and defensive schemes, how to run a preseason meeting with your parents, and much, much more. Check the link in the description to see all the content that comes with my coaching portfolio that's now for sale. Also, thank you to the sponsor of this video, Fast Model Sports. I've been a loyal supporter for 12 years, diagramming all my plays on there. I recommend it highly. Use the discount code in the description. For new buyers, we'll get 15% off the software. Thanks for checking in here. Here we go. Let's finish the last segment of the video. The final thing we will cover is the inbounder through option. With this option, we leave the two guards back as the first two in the 2-1-2, and the inbounder sprints to the middle, immediately following the inbound pass to form the 1 in the 2-1-2. From there, we are just playing spacing from this 2-1-2 alignment. This works great against aggressive diamond presses, but it is a higher risk strategy. If the player that receives the inbound pass can handle the first trap, there is a lot of options to make the defense pay. Hitting the streaker provides a ready advantage fast break, and reversing the ball across the court leaves a long run for the trapper and the diamond to make, so we can advance the ball as the trapper recovers and advance the ball while looking for cracks in the press. Thanks for breaking down this press breaker with me.